Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to an emergency live stream. A stream talking about war, a stream talking about Bitcoin, a stream talking about altcoins. And unfortunately, things are pretty bad in the world right now. Now, I want to start this video by saying that this channel is about crypto. It's about cryptocurrency. It's about markets, and that's what I'm mostly going to address. Now, we can talk about other things in the chat later. I can answer your questions, of course, as we always do. But I know a lot of you in crypto right now, while there is a war going on, or a potential war between Iran, Israel, and so many other wars going around, just happening simultaneously. It's like Armageddon out there, or at least it looks like the beginning of one. There's also a war in your portfolios. There's a war in your livelihood. There's a war in your finances. So a lot of people may be saying, hey, look, why do you care about finances? Why do you care about crypto right now? Why do you care about what's going on? People are dying. People are this. And yes, it's bad. It's fucking awful. The problem is that a lot of people's livelihood, a lot of people's fortunes, a lot of people are going to have problems as well. Because a lot of people forget that a lot of people are actually really invested in this and depend on this, right? So we're going to address what's going on with Bitcoin, what's going on with altcoins, what this means. Will they go down further? Is this the end? We're going to be talking about many things. And when it comes to crypto, when it comes to geopolitics and stuff like that, I'm not really an expert. But I will tell you how I see this. First of all, let me start by saying calm down, right? The thing is that as you're seeing Bitcoin go down, as you're seeing your portfolios going down, you have to understand, first of all, it's a Saturday. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. And I'll give you a hint why I'm saying it's a Saturday. Because it's a Saturday, you have to realize who's selling. Who is selling and why they're selling. And I'll tell you right now, it's fear. All right? Most people are selling on fear. See, most people think that the markets are going to continue going down because of the war. Because this war escalates. That's not necessarily true, though. I mean, time and time again, we've talked about this in the past when everybody was talking about doom and gloom for crypto and for assets in the stock market because of wars. And I kept on saying that stock markets and even Bitcoin actually rally a little bit after this. Even gold might go down initially and then starts going up. Now, a lot of people knew this was coming. That's why gold was probably going up as well. One of the reasons, not just that reason, of course. And if we look at the markets right now, listen, this is not a huge drop. I know it looks like and it feels like a huge drop, but look, we called this. We called 60K. We called 60K a couple of months ago. We said we're going to have sell the news event in around the NVIDIA event. And if we don't get a 20 to 40% crash, then more than likely we're going to see it around the halving event. Now, I don't know why it's going to happen. I didn't say I know the news why it's going to happen. I just said it's probably going to happen. So, but right now, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing Bitcoin drop. We saw Bitcoin drop to 60K, which we anticipated, right on support, by the way. And we're seeing now Bitcoin at 63,700. People are buying the dip here. Listen, guys, this is showing strength. The charts are lying to you. It's showing strength right now. And yes, while altcoins are getting decimated here, if we look at the altcoins getting decimated, even if we look at our altcoins, our main altcoins, yeah, we're seeing a lot of pullbacks. We're seeing a lot of ones doing well, though. And if you look at the hourly, you are seeing altcoins follow Bitcoin. So while there's a war breaking out in various regions around the world, Bitcoin is its own war. And while there's war and people and their allies are rallying, the allies are rallying behind leaders of the war, however you want to call this, I can't really think of a graphical way to say this right now. Well, altcoins are rallying behind Bitcoin. So let me calm you down. 60K looks like it's support. We're bouncing above that. Can we go lower? Yes. When do we get worried? When do we get worried if Bitcoin's going to crash, and where can it go to? Well, Obviously, the second level we are looking at is around 56K, maybe 55, right? And then we're looking at 52 to the 50K mark. If we break down below 50K, by the way, if we break down under 50K and close underneath, then yes, that is a sign that things can get a lot worse. As a matter of fact, that could even be a top signal for Bitcoin, and things can get a lot worse. But please understand, because some people are going to say this, most people are going to be talking about this. They're going to be, you're going to hear a lot of panic and FUD and a whole bunch of, it's not really FUD. It is fear, uncertainty, and doubt, right? But it's not purpose FUD, if that makes sense, right? Not everything's a conspiracy. But you have to understand, people don't know any better. But in order to break market structure and a sign that the potential top is in, we have to break under 50K. And not only do we have to break under 50K, because some people are going to call this, some people are going to say this, we have to break under 50K, come back up and not be able to get up above 50K. So if we go down to 50, break it, go down to 47K, but quickly regain that, we're still in structure. I don't see any more pullback at that point, right? Now, that said, I was expecting a 20 to 40% pullback. I'm still not seeing it. I don't know how much this pullback is right now. I'm not going to really do the math. Maybe from the top it is, finally, as a matter of fact. If you take 73 to maybe. But we still need, it's still not as bearish as you think. And I know a lot of people are living in the fear right now. I'm seeing a lot of posts on Twitter. People, this is why I'm doing this live stream. It's 1:30 a.m. in Greece right now. It's 1:40 a.m., okay? And I decided to stop sleeping and come here live and start talking to you about this, because a lot of people are in fear. And you don't know what to do. What are you supposed to do? Buy the dip. But one of the most important things is, what did you do to anticipate this? What was part of your strategy? Because we called this. We didn't call the war. We didn't call Iran attacking Israel. But we said that we're going to have a 20, 40% pullback around the halving. Now, what reason this could be, we don't know. Okay? But what's your strategy? Did you take profits into Bitcoin like I've been telling you? Or were you listening to everybody else? Oh, get into altcoins. Bitcoin's going to do. No. Did you get into Bitcoin? If you were into Bitcoin, if you took profits into Bitcoin, then you would have been set up. If the rally kept on going up, then Bitcoin kept on going up, and so would altcoins. You'd have less of them, but you'd still have Bitcoin, so you'd still be exposed. And right now, you could be doing what I did today, buying the dip with Bitcoin, buying altcoins with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin went down a little bit, or quite a bit actually, but went down. But look at altcoins, boom, down here. Now you could be taking your Bitcoin, buying these altcoins, and look, you could be playing some really good plays right now. You could be getting things like Fetch, you could be getting things like Ajax, you could be getting your Solanas, whatever, right? You could get those top cryptocurrencies, but you could also get your ChainGPT, your Sidus, your AGI, your Pixels, right? There's so many. And we'll make a video about it. Tomorrow I'm going to do a live stream as well, because I do live streams every Sunday, 7 o'clock EET time or EEST time. We'll do it tomorrow, tea time. Sounds like my British Tourette's just came out. It's like 1/2 tea time. Okay, so we have a live stream tomorrow. We'll talk about what I bought, what you could be buying. But right now, if you're panicking, and understandably so, it's scary shit, right? Understandably so. Yeah, you could be buying dips right now. You could be, your strategy should have been in place for this anyway. So as anticipation to this, forget the news, just the charts itself and what I've been telling you. Like if you guys, look, you really need to subscribe to this channel. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I really recommend you do, and then hit the bell notification button. That's all I have to say. And if you don't mind, I would really appreciate this. I hate to ask this, especially on a day like this, but it's almost 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock a.m. in Greece. It's almost 2 o'clock. If you don't mind hitting that like button, I would really appreciate it. Why? So we can help more people. Because if you were following this channel, you'd be ready for this. You wouldn't be ready for the war or the rockets or anything like that, but you would be ready for this and you'd have strategy in place. And if you are in the VIP factor, links are down below, by the way, if you were in the group, you would have known about this and you would have been so set up for this. It would have been insane. It would have been good for you, right? Anyway, enough about that. Let's go back. I want to be answering your questions. I want to look through the chat and answer all your questions. I do want to say something about what I think is going to happen, though. And this, again, I'm no expert. I'm no geopolitical expert. I don't know about war or anything like this. But the way I see things is that Iran had to retaliate, had to show strength. The fact that the US right now has a weak president, if you are Democratic and you disagree with me, I don't give a shit. Your president is weak. He said to Iran, do not attack Israel, and they did it anyway. Okay, let's just say he doesn't command respect, okay? No one really cares about what he has to say. So right now, Iran is in a position to show power, to show that they mean business, and now, if anything happens in the future and Iran says, hey, you know, we're going to do something, people are going to be scared, or other presidents are going to be scared, or at least we'll take them seriously. Unlike Biden, people are not taking them seriously right now, right? So, which means Biden has to do something about this. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So, Iran launched a barrage of drones, and from what I understand, some ballistic missiles. The drones are probably there to decoy the Iron Dome while missiles pass through. What I think is going to happen is these missiles are going to be downed by U.S. forces, U.S. equipment given to Israel or other equipment, or maybe even allies. I don't know. Probably the U.S. And I think that's what's going to happen. And then basically, Iran would have had their say. There is a chance that this all de-escalates everything, and we'll see what Israel does, though, right? Because maybe Israel wants to retaliate now. It's a mess. And the truth is that while things can get a lot worse, they can also get a lot better. It all depends on people right now and how they look at this and how they react to this. I mean, there is a chance for, you know, Israel they're going to have to retaliate maybe, but maybe U.S. gets in the way and says, okay, you just did this, now let's, and just, which, again, like, it's hard for me to even talk about this, because if this was years ago, and I'm not just talking about Trump or anything like that, but even with an Obama or a Clinton or a Bush, I think this would have been solved. Anyway, let me answer your questions so I can also gather my thoughts. Again, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, so I was actually sleeping and woke up, took my dog for a walk. Just so I can get that out the way. Well, not get it out the way, but so, you know, I just want to give him a little walk and come here and go live for you guys, right? So I see Shah in the chat. I see Tommy from Norway. What's up, Tommy? I see Aaron used profits to buy the dip. Well done, Aaron. Congratulations. That's what we're supposed to be doing. I see Dimitris Kharagopoulos buy the dip and hope the war ends soon. Yes. I believe so as well. And I think that's what probably is going to happen. But understand that a war does not mean that Bitcoin and altcoins won't come back up. It just doesn't. We've seen this in the past. I've been telling you before, when everybody was telling you the vice versa, stock markets and Bitcoin will go up, right? Hey, Paul, nice to see you coming on to talk about this. Thank you, man. I wish I was more qualified. I'm qualified in crypto. I'm not qualified so much when it comes to geopolitical, what's the word I'm looking for? Escalations. I don't know. Shah says, I'm very feared man. I hold strong coin. Look, listen, man. I know, Shah, I know you're scared. We talked about this, right? Just so people know that he's in my group. So is Demetrius, by the way. I know you're scared, and it can be scary, but the last thing you want to do is sell. And by the way, I see a lot of YouTubers. I haven't watched the videos, but I think this is so fucking irresponsible. But I see, for example, Alex Becker saying, war is here, sell all Bitcoin and crypto now. And I know he's being funny about it, and this is a clickbaity sort of title. and he's coming in doing like little rolls and everything, and he's probably going to say, yeah, he's not selling or whatever, or he's buying more. But titles like this is a bit irresponsible, and I've been guilty of this myself. Sometimes I might do this myself. I just didn't think it's a good idea for this one, just because it's very, people that are really scared, just a title could make them sell. I think that's stupid. But anyway, he might actually be selling. I don't know. I didn't watch the video. Although that little clip of him doing like a little somersault, so I might actually watch it for that reason. So he knows how to get the clicks, so give him that. DCA'd a bit here, well done. Thiago to the moon, well, rockets to the moon and fire. Good time to take profits and buy the dip, yes. Wait, no. When you're saying good time to take profits and buy the dip, no, it's not. You want to be buying the dip. You don't want to be taking profits now. Right? You should have took profits when I told you. And now you should be buying the dip. You should have bought the dip, the first dip this morning, where I did as well. Of course, I didn't do this live this morning. But you should buy the dip like this morning, for example. And now you should be buying more, and you should be buying more on the way down. At this time in the market, with everything going on, it's time to buy dips. But don't try to sell now and take profits now, then buy the dip, because things can go up, right? So I mentioned in the beginning, who's selling? Who is selling right now? I mean, it's not really people that are not in crypto that much, right? I mean, it's Saturday, so it's whales and it's people in fear, and people that don't understand that war does not mean that crypto markets or any markets will go down. And if they do, it does not mean they will stay down. The economy is very different and works different than the stock market. I would say it's probably going to go up this week, right? We'll see. But this week or the week after, I think we're going to go back up. Maybe even break all-time highs. So let's see. Let's see what happens. So you are half right, knowledge seeker. Time to buy the dip, but not time to take profit, in my opinion, unless it's extremely dangerous for you. It's your livelihood. You need to take profits for whatever reason. It all depends, like, on the person and the circumstances that he's in. Okay, let's be fair. Okay. Shah says yes, but Bitcoin didn't drop much, but altcoins. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bitcoin probably didn't. If this happened on a Monday, with more fear, Bitcoin would have dropped more, in my opinion. But at the same time, Bitcoin is not dropping as much as it should. So the charts are lying to you. It's like, and altcoins are probably taking profits into Bitcoin, some of them, or getting out, or they're selling off altcoins and they're keeping their Bitcoin or whatever, right? So I don't have time to look at on-chain metrics or deep search right now, but by the looks of things, I'm not worried about it. Darrell says we are going to 50K drop. I wish, but I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. And if 50K is broken, then there's a sign that the top is in, or temporarily top is in. But at the same time, you need to break under 50K and stay under, like not be able to break resistance of 50K again. If we break under, I think it's going to be V and go back up real fast. But to be honest, I don't even think we're going to get down there. I don't think, unfortunately, because a dip to 50K would have been great, but I don't see it. There's too much strength. I know it's weird, but I don't see it, right? And I'll do an analysis like on another video where I have time to do shit and show shit. But the way I see it, it's gonna. I'm not bearish at all. Let's just put it that way. What's up, René Montenegro? Darrell says XRP will come down 25 cents, bring it down. Yeah, well, XRP would have gone down anyway. Look, my dog is worried about Dogecoin, by the way. He's a Doge holder. Don't know if you met Diaz, but he holds Doge. He's worried about it. He's not really worried about his Dogecoin. He's a hodler, right? He's just showing his ass like Deadpool. Okay, anyway. 47K in play, 20% drop on Bitcoin. Let's see. Is it 20% now, Shah? Ordify, good time to DCA. You think it could have similar pump to Orange? No, I'm not sure about the short term, but generally speaking, it has a lot of potential. It's 4 a.m. here. I'm regretting not selling last week. I was telling people to take profits, dude. I was telling people that I was expecting a dump around the halving. Like, watch this channel more. Like, I mean, look. You can literally go to my channel because people go, oh, maybe he's just saying it. No, you can literally go to my channel right here. Let me just show you. Go to videos. Right? And look at this. Incoming dump. Right here. Warning, get ready for massive Bitcoin dump on this day. Watch this video. And then if this doesn't do it for you, go back even more. Bitcoin mega pump or mega dump in 2024. Watch 2020. Watch this and more. Look, nope. Your crypto altcoins are not going to go to all-time highs. Look, boom, right here. They're wrong. The crypto market is ending on this date. Look, this is a longer-term projection, by the way. But generally speaking, I've been talking about this for a while. Right? I've been talking about this for a while. Bitcoin will crash on this day along with crypto. This is 3 months ago. I've been telling you. I've been telling you about this shit. Right? So you really need to subscribe down below and hit the bell notification button so you don't miss videos like this. And while you're at it, hit that like button. Because I got up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 2 o'clock right now doing this video. At least give me a like. Shit. Give me a like before World War III. At least I get some likes on the videos before the end of the world. I just bought in. Awesome. I guess I'm going to keep buying with cash. Yeah, that's basically... So the only... I bought the dip this morning and I said I'm going to buy more. And after this live stream, I'm going to go and see what else I could buy. And where I can... It's too late for me to put more capital or cash in. But I do have Bitcoin because I take profits into Bitcoin. And I can use that Bitcoin to buy altcoins, right? Or at least some of that Bitcoin to buy altcoins. I'm not going to get all out. So just to be very, very clear, I'm not going to sell all my Bitcoin for altcoins. Just taking profits from Bitcoin to altcoins, right? Which crypto did I buy today? The ones I told you in the group. Shah, please, why are you asking the same question? You asked the same question multiple times today. And you're making me confused, man. You're overwhelming me. So... Shah, you're in my private group, man, and I told you, and I told you twice, dude. Like literally, go to the private group, scroll up, man, and just read. For fuck's sake. Now, so let me answer this for everybody else. Ondo was one of them this morning, right? Fuck's sake. Then what else was it? Wait, let me just try and find the rest of them here. Now you're making me scroll up and shit. But I'm doing this for everyone else as well, because everybody else probably wants to know what I bought as well. Here you go. Sidus, GTAI or GT Protocol, GFAL, and Chain GPT. And I got back into AIOS, because I get in and out of that. I actually trade that. Now, I got into about, just so people think I'm not a whale or anything, I'm not. I put in about $5,000 today. This morning, I'm putting another 5,000, maybe 10 tonight. We'll see. And tonight, I'm going to probably go for something like, let's have a look here. Probably go something like Ordi, maybe PAL, which I also told you to buy today, Shah, right? Things like Solana, things like AVAX. Right, that's a good bet. Miriam might be a good bet. Ajax is a great bet, right? Things that make sense. DIM, if you missed the airdrop and you want to get in and stake DIM, that would make sense. AGI or AGI, right? There's a lot. And always, if you're worried, you could always buy nodes, right? You could always get nodes right now. They don't go down in price. They stay the same, and they reward you in the tokens every day. And if you want to do that, then write in the description down below. You could actually do that. So let me just go to let me just show you something. Let me just pause that. Give me a second. So if you go down to any video and you go to the description, you click more, these are the nodes I'm buying, or the nodes I hold, right? Please use this affiliate link. It will help me out if you buy any. But yeah, nodes, they can only go up in price. They can't go down, right? So... for some strange reason, I can't... there's a limit. Interesting. Well, here. Let me give you the two basic nodes here. if I can somehow. Give me a second here. Anyway, they're in the link down below. I'm not going to bother putting them in the chat. If you want to buy some, if you want to check them out, go ahead. If you don't, don't. So, anyway, it was getting a bit too difficult for me. You probably saw that live too, because I had like the screen showing. But hey, it is what it is. So, let's see. BGM says, quick question, Paul. Did it change your potential early to outlook? No, it stays the same. As a matter of fact, it amplifies it, right? So, but just so you understand, I did call for a dump around the NVIDIA event and then a dump around the halving event, and we got those. The next dump will probably be around the summer, May or June or somewhere around there. And then we'll see. And then if we have a shorter bull market, which is something that I'm potentially looking at, the top of Bitcoin will be in at the end of 2024, beginning 2025. That does not mean that altcoins won't continue to rally. That does not mean you can't make money. And it does not mean that everything's going to go down straight away. It's going to do this, right, and start going down. So you still have time. And that's just a theory and the possibility. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just going to say strategize, have your strategy around that in case that happens, so you're not left surprised. I did make videos about my thesis and why I see this. And if you want to do that, you can look at the video again on my channel. If you go on my channel here, you can see those videos. Let me just show you. Just go to view channel. And you can go to the homepage and look, you can go here, but what I would do is I would go to videos and I would scroll down, and yeah, there are videos that that do that, right? So this one right here, for example, this one right here, they're wrong. The crypto bull market is ending on this date. Watch this, watch these videos, right? Euronation, I'm not even looking at, just bought into shit. Nice. Shah, I am waiting for alt season. So we called, so again, here's another reason why you should subscribe and hit the bell notification button if you haven't already. I called the mini alt seasons. I said that these alt seasons are going to be different. They're going to be mini alt season. We haven't seen a mega alt season. I explained the reasons why. And I do think we might get one after the halving, right? But so far, I managed to call not everyone was calling, okay, everybody and their mother was calling alt season. I was calling mini alt seasons. And I was the first one to call it, looking at the Solana Bitcoin ratio, right? Instead of the Ethereum Bitcoin ratio. So if that doesn't persuade you to subscribe, please do. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't get it. Share this video, by the way. Chainlink, XRP, AGX, HBR, and Ethereum Polygon. So you basically bought a few good coins in a stable coin. I don't like XRP, by the way, but that's just me. Hit those like buttons, people. Yeah, hit those like buttons. Hit those like buttons. Why aren't you hitting those like buttons? I don't get it. Anyway, it's okay. If you don't want, you can hit the dislike. Hit the dislike button. That's fine. Just caught here, hitting the like button. Thank you very much, Jason. Daryl says, don't hat punch. I don't understand what that means. Weak, not respected, and not loved. Biden, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Biden doesn't command respect. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'm Greek. I'm not taking sides here. I mean, I'm not in the States. Biden does not command respect. No one respects Biden. I mean, come on. Crypto Factor, what up? The Golden Eagle. Well explained. Humans miss their brain nowadays. True. Yasupol. But bless, my man. How are you? I'm not selling my Bitcoin anyway. Yeah, you shouldn't sell your Bitcoin. I just use some Bitcoin where I have my steady hold long term, and then I have some Bitcoin that I was taking profits into from altcoins. I'm just using that to rebuy the altcoins, for example. Dimitris Haralgopoulos says, if you are not able to buy the dip, the best thing you can do is hodl. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Dimitris. Very well said, my friend. Shah says, so if we get Bitcoin below 50K, Shah, you're trying to, and you do this in a lot of live streams, and you do this in the group as well. You're trying to to get everything sorted out before it happens, or if it happens. It doesn't work that way. I can give you some things that can happen, but don't try and have everything like textbook and try to like. I'm not Nostradamus. Just because I'm bold doesn't mean this is a crystal ball. Okay, you don't. You're over panicking. You're panicking and you're too stressed. Stop it. Stop it. You're gonna give yourself a heart attack, dude. Just stop it. Like, don't try and say, oh my God, he said if we're gonna go under 50K, then I should dude, we're at 60 something K right. We're at 64K right now. We're going back up. Like, when we go, and if we go down below 50 and come back up and not be able to close above 50, that's gonna take a few days confirmation. It's not gonna happen, dude. And if it does, like, what do you expect from me, man? Like, really? When it happens, we'll talk about it. If it happens, I'm giving you a few things to look out for. Okay. On one hand, I understand. Because I called the dump on Nvidia event, because I called this dump without even knowing about the war or anything like that, which is not really a war, it's an escalation, right? I mean, it's like, it's not the full, they didn't declare war as far as I know, right? They just did something really bad, right? To take control, show power, show decisiveness and stuff like that, and rattle and see what they can get away with. We'll see what happens. They had to do it to maintain control. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a civil war in Iran if they keep on doing this shit, right? Because the people don't want this. They don't like the government in Iran. I've lived in Iran. I've worked in Iran. People don't like that shit. They want it to go like it was before, right? Iran was one of the most beautiful places to visit, and the people are amazing, by the way. So anyway, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Just because I get, I called the tops of the last bull run, I called the bottom of this one, I called these dumps, it does not mean I'm going to get everything right, nor does it mean I know what's going to happen 100%. I just said that if we break 50K, and you're saying, what do I do when we break 50K? Well, when we break it, we'll see. I'll tell you. I'll come out live like this or tell you in the group. Calm down. I think Bitcoin isn't dropping as much because of ETF and long-term investors. No, because, that's the thing. You made a nice point there. Let's see what happens when Monday comes. Because Monday comes, retail's going to be able to trade, institutions going to be able to trade and everything. Will this dump continue or will it go up? And that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to continue to the downside. And if it does, that's where I'm looking at the levels we talked about. I actually think it's going to go back up. But let's see what happens. Mario getting a nice bounce. We are trading at 64K. Paul is up 11%. Nice. Oh, you bought it because of me. Awesome, dude. 18% drop on Bitcoin. Okay, so we got that 20%. So let's see what happens. A dump around the halving or after the halving and before the all-time high. What? Jason, I don't like you just said a dump around the halving or after the halving. Around the halving means before or after the halving. Around the halving is now. It's like it's not that far off. If people are expecting me to pinpoint the exact date and time, you're in for a rude awakening, and it's not going to happen. Okay, yeah. Granted, I called 15.6K before it got there for the bottom of the bull market, but that was mostly luck, right? I actually called 15 to 17K and said 15.6K is the sweet spot where everybody gets wrecked, and that was the drop. I don't know the exact date, but I do know around the halving, and we are around the halving, right? Doesn't seem like this is a big dip yet. Yeah, I know. We could have more downside, and we talked about that. Aerodrome. I do own Aerodrome, by the way. Brother Paul, do you see gold going up to 2005? I see gold going up to possibly 5,000 in a few years, dude. Maybe even more. I always said that. I collect gold coins. I think I have one here. Shit. I've showed more on this channel. Yeah, no. So either I took it inside or my girlfriend borrowed it. My girlfriend wouldn't do that. But yeah, anyway, regardless. Gold coins, man, I think gold's going to do very well. Euronation, I wasn't invested until now, so what I mean is I bought the top and now it's tanked, so I guess, I would say it's safe to do that. But yeah, okay, I get it now. His nerves are bad right now. You're a whale. I'm not a whale, dude. I'm definitely not a whale. Kale Passfield says, this dump is to flush out the idiots who are 100x meme coins. Nothing just. Well, we talked about that as well. When people, I made posts in my group about meme coins. I also made meme coin videos telling you, listen, this meme coin season or whatever, it's very different, and it's done by people in crypto. Whales were basically making coins and auto-generating meme coins, like on autopilot. It's not like the other. That's why I chose the meme coins like Doge, like WIF, like Bozo Hybrid, the ones that are actually going up or held up and can go back up, Floki. All these other meme coins are just complete shit. And you hear a few that do like millions and like, oh my God, meme coins even. But they're not talking about all the thousands that are going to shit and going to zero, right? Anyway, made a video about that too. You can watch my videos on that. Bitcoin bouncing back above 65,000. Just because you are good looking does not mean you're always right. Yeah, but and I do have to give the disclaimer here. So is the disclaimer is not working? Wait, let me just try this.
Hey guys, I'm Brickfans. Remember, Paul is not a financial advisor, but he is good looking. Also, this is not financial advice. Please subscribe down below and check out my channel at Brickfans.
Hong Kong Monday Bitcoin. Yeah, okay. I bought more PAL. Well done. What happened to your Bitcoin machine in Greece? Oh, I got fucked over that one, man. Unfortunately, that one didn't make any money. But plus, I got scammed. It's a long story. I really don't want to talk about it. I was gonna sue. I lost a shitload of money. That was probably one of the worst investments I ever made in my life. I was an idiot. That I should have just kept that in Bitcoin. I admit that was fucked up. I think I made a video about that too, actually. Not a whale, he's a killer whale. Are you calling me fat? Oh man. I'm working out again though. So you probably don't care though. Anyways, move on. Yes, Eagle is a shitcoin. Okay. Second question: how often do you shave your head? Oh man, I shaved it yesterday, and if I want to like look presentable, I have to do it every few days. But I don't. I do it like every week, or twice a week. As soon as I start getting the sides like coming out and it's less on the top, so I get that Mr. Wonderful look, you know, that Kevin O'Leary look, and my girlfriend's like, oh my God, you look so old, because my girlfriend's like 16 years younger than me. So I'm 46, by the way. So as soon as I start getting that look and I start looking old and shit, and she tells me to go shave, and what I usually do is I go to shave and I leave a mustache. I usually have a beard as well by then. So what I do is I leave the mustache and I shave everything and I leave the sides and they go out like this. And then she gets mad and she's like, yeah, you can shave. I'm embarrassed. Overhyped about garbage, yeah. Bitcoin long wick up on the 4 hour. If closed like this, let's see how it does. Bitcoin dominance, yeah, Bitcoin dominance is going up. That's why I'm saying that the people who are getting out of altcoins may be getting into Bitcoin, or at least selling altcoins and not selling Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance is going up. It's just, that's what we talked about earlier on. Smatoshi Smakamoto raking legit altcoins to the tune of 50% on the 30-day isn't clearing out meme coins, but like, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Some altcoin rug pull 90% scale infrastructure. Okay, you're the man. Thank you very much, Six Killer. So yeah, so that's what's going on right now. Do I find what's going on with the markets concerning? Not really. Non-event. I mean, again, like literally, I knew about the news this morning. Obviously, I bought before I heard the news because I saw the charts. I was expecting a dump anyway around the halving. So I already took profits of the Bitcoin. I'm like, oh, that's nice dump. Let's just buy this. It doesn't. You don't have to get the bottom, by the way. You just have to, even if it goes down more, it doesn't matter. You're good here because it's gonna go back up, right? So then I saw the news. I'm like, they're really gonna attack. Then I heard the state said to Iran not to attack. I figured I was 50-50 on it. I'm like, will they listen? I was hopeful, but they ended up launching rockets. Now we gotta see. Am I worried about it? Not really. Am I worried about it? No. 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 Am I concerned. I'm sad about it for people, but I don't think it's gonna escalate. Usually things either. I'm gonna tell you something now. Famous last words. I'm gonna tell you something right now, but things usually are not as bad as they seem they are. So what do I mean by this? Every time we've had a major war or conflict and, World War III and Armageddon coming out, it never reached that point. When I got sick with cancer 3 times, it was always, I thought it was going to be a lot worse than what it was, right? Usually things are not as bad. They're either, and to be, if you want to be more technical about it, if they're either a lot less or less bad than what you expect, or a lot more. Never the level you expect. So in this case, a lot more World War III and Armageddon and all that shit, I think it's a bit too much. So I'm expecting for it to be not as bad as we think. I know that sounds weird as an analysis. I use this in crypto as well, obviously with more details and more factors involved. But that's what I'm looking at, and that's what I think is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think. I do think it's going to escalate. It may escalate. There might be more wars. There might be like a lot of fear. But I don't think it's going to get to the point of a third world war or anything like that, if that makes sense. All right, so do we have any other questions? Are there any other questions that you may have? Let's see what's going on in the markets. Bitcoin already at 65K, which is nice. Let's have a look at the EMA 12. Okay, it needs to get back above this level. Let's see if it gets back. Let's see if it breaks 70, because it has to break 70 now, right? 70K psychological. That's resistance again. If we're still in the range, of course, but this kind of like broke out and bent back up. Let's see what happens. But we do need to break above 70K again. And we need to close it this time, right? On the weekly at least. And see what happens. But so far, so good. Let's look at altcoins. Let's look at the hourly. Things are looking to start to bounce back up. So maybe I missed my entry because I made this video. Because while I was making this video, this was all complete shit. And now if I buy, it's probably going to be not too much difference than this morning. So I guess I'm not buying the dip because I did the live stream with you guys, which is fine. That's okay. I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit this time. Essentially, I've been in the market since 2016. That's 1 year before me, by the way, in crypto markets, or markets in general. In crypto, but only played Bitcoin and Ethereum till this run. Okay, I see it. Litecoin was hyped as the world currency to buy stuff and was going to the moon. Well, look, let me tell you, Kale. I don't know if it's Kale or Kale, right? But so Litecoin had a legitimate use case back in the day, pre-SegWit. So Bitcoin was extremely expensive and took time to send. So what people would do, like me, would convert it into Litecoin and send it, which was much faster, much less fees. And that had its use case. Also, because Litecoin had a lot of the same factors as Bitcoin, it was used for deployment of tech on Litecoin before it was implemented on Bitcoin. So Litecoin was essential back then, and it made sense, and I made a lot of money on Litecoin. The reason I got out was the founder got out. When the founder got out and sold out, I'm like, shit, I'm not gonna hold this shit if the founder gets out. Why? Like this doesn't make sense, right? And then the second thing was, well, SegWit came out. I don't see a use case for Litecoin anymore. There's Lightning, there's this, there's Lightning, there's this, there's other coins. There's no use case for it anymore. So that's why I got out. But yeah, it was back in 2017 still, it had a use case and it made sense. Plus it was the third biggest coin on scale, so people used to buy that. Just because it was the third biggest one, it was cheaper, right? I bought into Brett meme coin on base. What do you think? I think Brett is okay. I think Brett's okay. I think Brett is okay as a meme coin. From base meme coins that I actually own, I'll make a video about it at some point, but I hold Brett. I think I hold Normie. And one more, which I can't remember what it is. Maybe somebody from my group can tell me, because I tell them what they are. Wait a minute. I think there's some I have on Crypto Bubbles. Oh, Degen. I hold Degen. Of course, I hold Arrow. Yeah, Brett and Normie. Max K, for some reason for ETH, it feels like when Bitcoin broke 20K and dipped back under and went up to 30K. For some reason for ETH, it feels like when Bitcoin broke 20K, then dipped back under and went to 30K plus. I'm not sure what you mean, Max. I don't know why I'm not understanding what you mean. Kale was said to be the second, number 2, and a bunch. No, it was said to be silver to. It was said to be. It was silver to Bitcoin gold, to Bitcoin being gold. Essentially, how XRP has been talked about in the last run, Litecoin has underperformed from the side. But yeah, long live Iran. I like the Iranian people, and the Iranian people don't like the government. I'll tell you that because I know, because I lived in Iran, right? I've worked in Iran, right? I was actually not arrested, but kept in Riyadh. It's a long story. I made a video about it. I'll talk about it another time. I don't think we'll go below 60K. Paul, what's your opinion? I don't think so either. That's what I called in my group anyway. So, and we hit 60K. And I called this when we were a lot higher. So I don't think so. But I said if we do break under, we might see 57, 56K. And then 50K is strong support. And we shouldn't go any lower. If we go lower than that, potential top is in. But again, you still have to confirm and not be able to break the resistance at 50K for that to apply. I'm thinking of DCing into Doge and XRP. No, you're joking, right? I'd rather hold Doge than XRP. I like XRP, but Doge is insane meme. So Doge is the only. Doge is like the father of meme coins, the original one, and it has a like. Why would you? Why XRP? Like don't you watch my videos, dude? You can have some XRP, but don't make that your main DCAing. It's like throwing your money away. Because it's the opportunity cost. Everything else is pumping except XRP. Why would you get XRP? It doesn't make sense. Paul Dong alive. Take one for the team. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Taking one for the team. So I couldn't buy the dip. At least not tonight. I did in the morning. Iranian women are the most beautiful, but they're difficult to court. Dude, I had two. I had two in Iran. I translated both of them, not at the same time though. Just don't think that. But like I was going out with one and I went out with the other. But a lot of people don't know this. I almost married a Persian girl from Iran, right? Her name was Nasa, which was Nazanin Reza Yamin. Totally in love with her, by the way. Yeah, that was like when I was 19. Fucking hell. And I remember I went with her parents and to ask her hand. And we went to Likavitos in Greece, like a mountain with a restaurant. We went up there. And the guy, her father was giving me like advice. Like, you know how fathers give advice to the younger man that's going to take their daughter and stuff like that. And he was giving me advice and I was like sitting there nodding like, yeah. Like I was going, yeah. Giving the thumbs up, right? Right, because they were translating for me because he didn't speak English and I didn't speak Persian, right, or Farsi. So I was like, doing this, and then I didn't realize that this means up yours in Iran. It's like, so my girlfriend turns around to me at the time, or my fiance, whatever you want to call her, and she's like, that doesn't mean what you think it means. In Iran, it's up yours. And like, so I was just sitting there, I was just smiling at the guy. I looked at her, I'm like, uh-huh. I looked at the guy, I'm like, and I just went under the table. His wife started laughing, so that was that. But I had a beautiful time in Iran when I didn't move there because of her. She dumped me for her bodyguard. Yeah, true story. Well, not her bodyguard. She was a nanny and taking care of a family that was rich, and they got this new bodyguard, and this new bodyguard stole her from me. So, and the fucked up thing was, I was looking for her. I thought she was kidnapped because I couldn't find her. She was coming back from Crete, but ended up 3 days after letting me know that she left me and that she threw the ring in the water or whatever from the ship. And like, why don't you just tell me? I was looking for you all over Crete. I had the police looking for her. Like what the fuck? Anyway, and then a few weeks after, I'll never forget this. I was down in Glyfada, and I was going on a date with this girl from Ethiopia, and right where the girl was meeting me, she was there. And she saw me, and I had the flowers, and like she started going like, "Oh my god," to her friends and shit like that, as if I was gonna take flowers to her. And I'm like, I just walked right. I swear it's like out of a movie, and gave it to the girl that was waiting for me. Her name was Sunny. Her name in I guess it was Senite. In Ethiopian. Great. Anyway, so I have my experiences with the Persian girls. Yeah. I've known many Iranian friends from college. They are beautiful and amazing people. Yeah, they are. They are, and they love Greeks. I remember when I went there and I lived there for a while working. I used to say I'm from Greece, and like, Yunan, Yunani, and they used to hug me and everything. And you know how you're not supposed to look at the girls in the eyes and not kiss them and stuff. They used to come and they used to kiss me on the cheeks and everything. And I mean, beautiful people, like amazing people, and great food there as well. I really had a great time. Really had a great time. So any more questions? Anything else you guys want to talk about before I go to sleep? It's like 2:30 now and 2:20 a.m. Now I'm not tired though. Now I'm not even sleepy now. And I really don't want to shill any of my products either. So yeah, if you look at the description down below, I have some products. See if you like any. There's coaching, there's VIP groups, there's a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, if you have any more questions, Jennifer from the what a great story. Yeah, it was. I've had a good life. And one thing I can't complain. And look, coming from somebody that fought cancer 3 times, and I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I wasn't always the angel. I was a good person. I helped people, but I wasn't always an angel. But I had a very good life. Like when it came, first of all, I had one of the best families in the world, right? So I had the best parents. I had a great family. All these rag to riches stories, that's not one of mine. We were well off. My dad had a lot of money. He made it from nothing when he went to, he was kicked out of, they were kicking out the Europeans or the Greeks from Egypt. My dad was Greek in Egypt, so they left, went to England with a little bit of money, like 20 pounds or some shit, and made his fortune. Not fortune like dynasty shit, but made a lot of money. And then we moved to Greece. It was me, my sister, my other sister, my dad, my mom, and my granny, and we lived all together. And I had a great life. I mean, I had whatever I wanted. I had some difficulties. We had different difficulties. I did some stupid shit in my life as well at some point. But I had a good life, and I had the best family, and I loved them. I lost my sister, my mother, and my father, one after the other every year while I was fighting cancer, which was really shit. I lost my grandmother long before that, but the thing is that, I got cancer 3 times and I fought through it. The last time was I got out of hospital, not this Christmas, the Christmas before that, 2 days before the Christmas before that. That's when I had CAR T therapy, and it was really, really hard. I didn't have my parents or my sister. Well, one of my sisters was in America, so she couldn't come. The other one passed away. But I've had even though I had very difficult life, I think I've had one of the best lives ever. I mean, I was an MC, I was a director, I was a producer. I was in timeshare shit. I dated a lot of girls. I can't, and it's not that I'm saying it to show off. It's you learn so much from each of them, and the experiences from each of them. It's crazy, and I had some crazy stories, man. I did some stupid shit. I did some stupid shit. Anyway. Thank God for my life, man, and for whatever I had, really. Paul, do you? I don't hold ICP or XRP. Okay, yes, I don't like either. Even if they go up now and they go to the moon tomorrow and they pump, like, you would have made so much money not holding them and getting into something else when I was telling you to, that it just really doesn't, it's not worth it. Have you ever lived in North America? No, I have not. How is your English with no accent? So I have a bastardized accent. So I was born in the UK and then I moved to Greece. But I went to an American school and I started speaking a little bit like this because people wouldn't understand my British, and then what happened was I became a rapper for a while. My accent got bastardized. But when I talk to English people or people from England, my British Tourette's just jumps out from nowhere, and suddenly I'm like, oh my God, it's tea time. Toodaloo. It just comes out, right? So yeah. But my sister lives in Texas. My sister, one of them lives in Texas. VIP is what the alpha is. Yes, it is, Max. Thank you very much. Not over your fighter. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. Talking about fighting, I recently got back into boxing and working out and everything. So let's see how that goes. It looks like I'm doing okay, though. It looks like my arm's getting a little bigger. We'll see. Now got a bigger family, bro. The crypto, yeah. Thank you so much, man. The Factor fam, man. Yeah, that really helped me go through cancer and everything as well. I remember when I was in the hospital and they had the YouTube stories that used to disappear after 7 days, but I used to make stories and give updates. I did some live streams from hospital as well. I looked like shit. I saw it happen, like, holy shit. Is that how I look like? Bill Essing, we appreciate, boy, you're a great soldier. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you too. Anyway, love you all. Thank you very much. Again, buy the dip. I wouldn't worry about it. Let's see what happens. I hope this doesn't escalate. If you haven't watched the video from the beginning, watch it. I think it's worth watching it. Share this video. And yes, I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. EEST time. Take care. Bye-bye.